Every crowning at Miss World is the start of a new chapter. A chapter that signals the focus shift from pageant to global outreach programme focusing on the world's most disadvantaged communities. For the last 46 years, the job of helping people has been the company's main focus, and Miss World has done so much. From delivering aid in times of crisis, to the inception of outreach programmes such as providing fresh drinking water in Haiti, leprosy projects, Operation Hunger Support in Africa, drives for cleft palate surgeries in South America. In fact, the global reach of these programmes is staggering. This is the story that's never been told. The story of what happens when the gowns and tiaras disappear and the sleeves get rolled up in preparation for Miss World's Beauty with a Purpose.
Well, welcome everybody to the British Virgin Islands. It's fantastic to have you here.
And as you can see, the old school is severely devastated.
You've probably done more glamorous work. This is not about glamour, this is about to get the kids back into school.
And ladies, you must be so pleased. Just you being here, the amount of money that's been raised tonight.
No, it's an incredible amount of money for all the kids who need it. It's amazing.
Since leaving the USA, Manushi has been extremely busy raising her public profile. And the next leg of the Miss World humanitarian tour takes us to the heart of South America, to Sao Paulo, the most populous city in Brazil.
We're going to meet the First Lady right now, and I'm very excited because we're going to be talking about the work that we have come here for, and we know that the government over here has taken up a lot of initiatives to help the people, to make lives more easy. And I'll also be telling her about my projects and the work that Miss World has been doing. We've already had such an amazing trip. We've been to so many countries already. So I'm pretty sure that this meeting is going to go really well.
Straight from the airport, we've joined the state's First Lady, Professor Lucia Franca, for a welcome breakfast. The Miss World team get a chance to exchange ideas on philanthropy and discuss future Beauty with a Purpose projects for Brazil.
It has to be self-sustaining.
Quero aproveitar e parabenizar você pelo seu programa desenvolvido na Índia, nas aldeias, e agora que eu já soube que você vai estender pouco esse seu programa, eu estou apaixonada por ele.
We were discussing about the work that we've been doing. She's already read about the menstrual hygiene work that I've done in my country and that now we'll be carrying out in other countries as well. And it was quite exciting because they've been doing similar kind of causes over here.
It was a very fruitful and productive meeting, and we are sure that we are going to work together further on.
On a media awareness drive, Manushi has come to the Sao Paulo Central Market to be interviewed by Fabiana Oliveira, the host of Brazil's biggest magazine TV show, Domingo Espetacular. The market is famous for its cooked meats, and Fabiana is keen for Manushi to try the local produce. Unfortunately, someone forgot to tell the press that Manushi is a vegetarian.
I just came to know that there is no vegetarian meal over here in Brazil. This is the biggest food market that I have ever seen, and since we don't have many vegetarian options, I think I'm going to try the fruits, but the fruits here are supposed to be delicious.
Manushi makes a good impression on camera and is always up for a new challenge.
I've had cashew nuts before, but this is actually the fruit part of it, and this is the first time I've even seen it.
Having announced their arrival in Brazil, the team head 1,000 kilometers north to launch the new national Beauty with a Purpose project of Miss World Brazil. The API Foundation dates back to 1954. As a charity, it caters to the needs of people with Down syndrome and other genetic disorders. Throughout this visit, Manushi is being joined by Mr. World Brazil, Carlos Franco, Miss World Brazil, Gabrielle Viola, and the local title holder, Isabella Schott from Brasilia. They will interact with the students of API, getting a close-up look at the vital work that this institution does.
She did that around 5 days. She finished that. It's so beautiful. Muito bom. Parabéns. Look that side.
Beautiful eyes. So here, Mr. Hurlison is showing me the different work that he's done. I think it's beautiful.
APAI runs a multitude of classes for their older residents and cover many aspects of social interaction, from art and textile classes to music and dance. Many of these classes offer the residents an opportunity to reach gainful employment. This includes the book restoration program.
Over here, they work on restoring books. This is the first model in the entire country where they do this kind of work. And this is a fully finished book. As you can see that there's a cover on it, it's been bound, and it's good as new to use. And this model is being used in the whole country now. This was the very first place where they started book restoration.
This is just one of the many practical training programs on offer here. The Foundation's work is inspirational, but beneath the veneer of happiness, APAI is actually on its knees.
They need more space, they have so much of potential, but they need more areas of learning.
The infrastructure here was built only to accommodate 200 people, but currently they have over 500 permanent residents. Aside from the financial strain, the building is creaking at the seams, and they desperately need to expand both physically and financially.
This document here is a request which we're going to be presenting in front of the government so that they might help build a third floor and expand the learning centre.
The Beauty with a Purpose team have used their influence to set up a meeting with the Governor of the Federal District of Brasilia, Governor Rodrigo Rolenberg. Manushi takes this opportunity to formally request the government's help in addressing APAI's problems.
It would be wonderful if the government could extend their support to build another floor so that there's more space.
Bom, vamos encaminhar com maior atenção.
Obrigada. Yeah. It went really well. I gave the document and we got a really positive response from him. He already knew about the work that APAI has been doing and he's been very supportive already.
The director of APAI is delighted, as it's a virtually impossible task to get this kind of support. And she has a special message for Manushi.
Just want to say thank you for your helping us.
Thank you.
A sua fala, gostei muito, entendeu? Sabe o apoio. E você falou muito bem para o governador, viu? Eu tenho certeza que ele vai nos ajudar. Você levantou a nossa bandeira.
In almost every country we visit, we always try to rally behind local causes, and we always try to find time to visit the Children's Hospital. On the Governor's suggestion, we've come to the Jose Alencar Children's Hospital to spread a little Miss World cheer.
This is the hospital that the Governor told us about yesterday. It's a model here really loved by the United Nations, and they want to take it to different countries as well.
Not only is this pioneering healthcare model inspiring, but we also get to meet some very important people on the tour.
Seja bem-vinda
A Brasília.
a Brasília, manushi.
Tchau.
News of Miss World's presence in Brazil is growing fast, and traction is once again taking hold as stories develop around the impact that the team is making. So much so that Julia Morley's Beauty with a Purpose programme is being honoured by both the House of Representatives and the Senate of Brazil. The team are welcomed by Congressman Nilson Pinto, the chairman of the Foreign Affairs National Defence Committee.
E o fato de vocês, vencedores e vencedoras, terem tomado para si esta causa, a questão dos deficientes, a questão das pessoas que mais precisam, é fundamental para a sensibilização de todos.
Being Miss World opens doors to people of influence, people who can bring about meaningful change. So as publicity surrounding our visit to Brazil grows, we are able to gain the support of the government to our noble cause. This visibility has led to the Senate of Brazil inviting the Beauty with a Purpose team to Congress.
I would like to thank Mrs. Julia Morley. I think it is her vision that is allowing all of us to do such great things in life.
Aproveito a ocasião para cumprimentar e agradecer todos os integrantes da comitiva que está no Brasil.
Manushi, I want to thank you for being here because your presence, being welcomed by the Senator Paine, it was very important because when you have the support from the Senate, from the House of Representatives, things become easier to support social projects, to support beauty with a purpose. So once again, I want to thank you for being here in Brazil, and you have made a tremendous impact in the work we're doing here. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a busy few days, but there's one more great cause we need to support. Tonight, we rally behind APAI one more time to raise as much money as possible at their fundraiser fashion show.
The turnout is fantastic, and with our invited guests of philanthropists, government officials and business moguls, we hope to get the ball rolling on the campaign to raise funds for APAI's expansion.
Such great success that we have achieved here in Brasilia. I cannot wait to see what next adventure would be here in Brazil as we travel for leprosy. The APAI fundraiser was a huge success, but with a demanding schedule, we have to leave early as we head to Belém. On our travels north, we get exciting news. Governor Rollenberg has signed a declaration that commits the government to long-term support for APAI, including the building of the new wing at the center.
Having travelled the 2,000 kilometres up to Belém, we arrive at the most important long-term programme undertaken by the Beauty with a Purpose team in Brazil, the fight against leprosy.
We are in the BraIl River, which is going to join the mighty Amazon very soon. We've come over here to reach out to the remotest areas possible in the Amazon because it's important to spread the word amongst these communities who do not have access to that much of information.
Bringing greater awareness and providing effective treatment have been at the centre of the work undertaken over the last 6 years. Julia Morley, Chairman and CEO of Miss World, is passionate about this project and is determined to work towards the eradication of this curable disease. But it's a difficult subject to deal with in Brazil because of its religious connotations.
Leprosy on the Bible is completely different from what we're talking about today, but people associate both things.
In biblical times, it was thought that leprosy was a plague brought on by people who were sinners, and the social stigma of the disease means that those infected suffer isolation and social exclusion. As such, most people are too afraid to seek treatment. Our approach is to dispel the myth and remove the stigma through education. The NGO Morhan is joining forces with the team to provide local support for this visit.
It's a really crowded place, but it has 20% of the leprosy cases in Brazil.
The combined teams get to work straight away, delivering information leaflets on treatment and prevention to the community. A task made much more difficult by the government's decision to rename the disease Hansen's disease.
People actually used to know the disease as lepra.
Yeah.
So we changed the name so the people don't know what is it. So that's why we are here.
Enrique Fontes explains the reason for changing the name leprosy to Hansen's.
Leprosy is completely associated to sin, punishment, wrong things, and it's not like that. So they made sure that a law was approved to change the name.
The problem is, local knowledge of Hansen's disease is limited.
Nothing. I asked a little girl what she knew about Hansen's disease or leprosy, but she said she didn't know anything about it. Or whatever she knew, she's already forgotten. So maybe she didn't want to talk about it, or maybe she actually wasn't aware. So there can be two possibilities, and both are bad.
If someone else goes and talks to the kids, they are scared, they don't want to do the skin examination. But if it's Miss Brazil, they go, oh, okay, let's do it. And some of the actions we did, we actually spotted like 2 or 3 people who had the disease in an early stage, and they got treatment.
By being present in these communities, the team aims to crush the social stigma and to tell the rural people that not only is the treatment available, but it's free.
Good. We are explaining to the people how the leprosy has a cure and has a treatment. So I think we're gonna make a good job.
Obrigada. Você passou a beleza, você está tendo esperança para a nossa comunidade.
sometimes people tell us, why don't you change the subject? Why don't you do something else with beauty with a purpose? No, when Julia came, she had so much enthusiasm. She understood the importance of it. So for us, it's something that we want to keep doing until there is no more leprosy.
Completely eradicating leprosy is a tall order, but Fontes remains committed to the cause, and the team have arranged to meet the governor of Para to seek more government intervention and support for this programme.
I have a document which I'll be giving to the governor of Para, which has a request to increase the accessibility over here so that we are able to reach across more people, especially when it comes to education institutions, schools, talk to children about Hansen's disease and spread more awareness. Nice to meet you. You don't mind, there are certain requests that we have.
Então ela está dizendo que ela tem algo que, em nome do Monitor, ela gostaria de entregar ao senhor.
So that we are able to reach out to as many people as possible, especially schools, so that children can learn and they can go home, teach their parents as well, so that more people talk about this disease. And it might not be easy to fight a taboo, but we're not here to tell what people were doing wrong. We're here to tell what people can do now.
Muito feliz de ver que a senhora é tão bonita por dentro como por fora.
He said that he's amazed by you and he's very impressed on how stunning you are outside, but inside he's very touched.
After visiting Governor Jaten, we continue our road trip to the leper colony at Marituba, called João Paulo II.
How does a person transmit the disease?
Como é que acontece essa transmissão?
E a transmissão é pela respiração, um bacilo parecido com o bacilo da tuberculose. Então,
it's similar to the bacillus.
This institute is both a walk-in clinic for treating new cases of leprosy and a residential centre where nearly 90% of the patients are cured.
Essa nossa diretora do BraIl, ela faz trabalho aqui pela Secretaria Estadual de Saúde, junto com outras instituições, e é sempre uma grande parceira do movimento de reintegração das pessoas atingidas pela hanseníase, na luta contra o preconceito e abrigando e protegendo as pessoas que foram isoladas.
For me, it is an honor that I am able to be a part of this movement. Of course, Miss World has been associated with this cause for the last 5 years, but as the reigning Miss World this year, I feel proud that I could do my little bit for Brazil and for the leprosy over here. I would like to salute all of you that you have put up such a great system, and this is something that I'd like to take back to my country as well.
It's shocking for us to learn that even though the residents here are cured, they can't leave because of the stigma associated with having had the disease.
He's not able to talk anymore.
Okay.
I think he's just happy to see you.
Okay.
But he's not saying anything.
Tell him I'm very happy to see him as well.
Ele está muito feliz em conhecer o senhor. Let's take care to not give him a heart attack. Okay? It's too much emotion for him.
The overriding message that we are giving to the public is seek treatment and intervention as early as possible.
He's been treated for 2 years, and that's why he lost his legs, because it took so long for him to get treatment.
Tell him thank you, because usually this happens in Bollywood.
He's saying that you're the queen. She can close her eyes properly because of the disease. She had a lot of surgery, but unfortunately wasn't able to restore.
That's all right. I think she's beautiful. Linda.
Você é linda.
É linda mesmo. Ela é linda, né, meu amor? É muito bom, porque eles se sentem, como é que eu vou dizer assim, privilegiados, eles se sentem importantes. Imagina, ver uma pessoa, uma Miss Mundo, né, que ganhou em primeiro lugar, então eles ficam muito agitados, eles ficaram muito felizes realmente, né, viu que o Sr. Pedro Martins veio correndo, quero ver ela, né, então, é uma novidade, foi assim um estímulo muito grande para eles, como eu estou dizendo para vocês, então desde cedo aí, uma hora dessa, eles já estavam no terceiro sono.
This special place has introduced us to some incredibly brave characters, but there's still one very special resident we've yet to meet.
Ela é vaidosa, ela gosta de se arrumar, de roupa nova, de parecer bonita. Ela se arrumou toda, tá com um vestido novo para esperar a Miss Mundo.
Donna Maria is 92 years old and has been at the leper colony for more than 60 years. When she arrived here seeking treatment, she also found out that she was pregnant.
Minha filha. Separada, porque não podia criar criança. Aí separada, porque nunca era criança.
A senhora conheceu sua filha tempos depois?
Depois ela estava com 15 anos depois. Eu conheci ela. Também muito emocionada.
Como que você descobriu que você estava com você mesmo?
Ah, porque me parecia mais mancha assim, na costa, aqui, todo canto, na minha vida. Aí eu estava com uma patroa, ela foi me levar no médico.
E logo te trouxeram para cá?
Trouxeram para cá. Eu não queria vir de jeito nenhum.
Não, né?
Não.
Veio forçada?
Mais ou menos, forçada mesmo.
Even though Donna Maria is cured, like so many others, the fear and stigma of having had the disease is so strong that it prevents her from being able to move back into society, and so she remains here as a virtual prisoner.
What you're doing here is beyond words, and it was an eye-opener for me, so thank you so much. Muito obrigado for that.
You're welcome. Eu espero que você leve essa causa nossa, né, essa luta para o mundo inteiro, que é uma causa de justiça, né? Porque essas pessoas não pediram para estar aqui como vieram, né? E nós não queremos que o mundo continue assim. Eu acredito que você, com a sua sensibilidade, você vai levar a nossa causa à frente.
No, thank you. I think you made me cry, and I was praying that my mascara is waterproof the whole while.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The fight for social acceptance and inclusion goes on as the Miss World team continue to lobby governments and attempt to bring change to national policies. This is another reminder that the duties of the current Miss World are ever changing. With great pride we move on in the knowledge that we've accomplished so much here.
Right now you are standing 192 metres above Auckland City. Welcome to Auckland!
The Miss World organization is clearly a platform for all these young women to make a change, to make a difference, and better the lives of so many people.
And today we have 2 Miss Worlds with us, and we're going to give them an interview.
At the moment we have more than 150,000 students every year signed up and using our website. And there's been more than 1 million tutorials viewed in total since 2012 when we started.
I've marinated the chicken drumsticks. I've put them in the oven. She's cutting pumpkins over there. She's a sous chef at best. I'm the real deal.
Watch me